Blind Beauty with Jennifer Bailey. Together, we can make beauty accessible. Hello, and welcome to Blind Beauty. I'm Jennifer Bailey. What we're going to do today is I'm going to show you first and foremost how to do this beautiful makeup look. And yes, I am in a different location, as I mentioned in the video, and beautiful scenery behind me. You'll hear birds chirping, dogs barking, possibly traffic going by, trains, all sorts of stuff. But that's life, that's nature. And let me know in the comments down below if you like me being in nature and seeing the background behind me and all that. And but the look I'm doing is this one right here. It's using mostly Avon products. So, you know, quite a bit of it is Avon. And I am selling Avon now, so I will have all the products linked down below, as well as my web store. So as I mentioned in the video, if y'all would help me by buying some of the products from Avon, it really does help me out with starting over, starting a new life. And I really appreciate it in advance if you do. You can also sign up for my newsletter. But, so, what do you say we jump in and get this beautiful, everyday look, yes, even with red lipstick, started. Here we go. Alright, what do y'all say we go ahead and get started? Now, I've got everything right here in this little bag. I wasn't sure whether I was going to do it here or out there or where. First things first, headband on to help keep my hair from getting in the way. And I'm also going to be doing a hair tutorial later, so I wanted to do things little by little here. First thing I'm going to take is this Avon Magix Prime Face Perfector SPF 20 sunscreen. Put this on all over. And yes, I am using a lot of Avon products during this. I'll have all of them linked for you below. So, got this on all over and rub it in. I focus it more in my T-zone and under eyes than I do anywhere else, but if y'all want full reviews on any of this stuff that I used today, let me know in the comments down below. I am selling Avon now, so, or I have been for a little while, but, you know, that's what the makeup, well, primer looks like on. Kind of blurs things for me, and it gives such a silky canvas. And I am going to go all the way down with my makeup, so I'm bringing it down onto my neck a little bit. Just a little bit, not heavy. But, and then I'm going to take my handy dandy AOA Studio Sponge here, and I'm going to go in with the Magix Tint by Avon. It's the Tinted Moisturizer, Brightening, Illuminating. And I believe I have the shade Light Medium. I know, people will look at me and be like, "You're not a light medium? What girl, you crazy?" But Avon, believe it or not, at least this stuff is a little bit darker than what you would think it will be. So, and I'm grabbing the palette that I'm going to be using for my mirror, because I can't see the camera this far away. because you're way beyond arm's length here. But I'm going to put some of this on my sponge, and then I'm going to dot it all over my face and blend it in. Yes, I'm about out of this already. And no, y'all, I don't have COVID. It's just sinuses. Being outside, my sinuses kind of go everywhere. They go crazy. Alright. But got this all over here. But, yeah, I have been selling this for a little while now. I know I haven't been filming, and I do apologize for that. But, you know, I hope to be getting back to it now. A couple videos a week if I can. So, I mean, I love how this stuff goes on, and it has, you know, decent coverage. But like I said, if y'all want full-on reviews of any of this stuff, let me know in the comments down below. Alright. I think I've got that on decent enough. What do y'all think about the background here? You know, I might be out different places from time to time doing videos, but I'd like to know what y'all think of the background and whether you like me doing them outside like this. I mean, it's the best lighting after all. Now I'm going to take the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and I have the shade Sand. Click it up a little bit. And like I said, I'm just using that eyeshadow palette I'll be using as a mirror. I'm going to dot this on under the eye. Well, not dot it, but kind of put it on so that it can pull a lot up out of the tube. So, I do apologize, by the way, if I go out of frame, as in go hide behind my mirror. I don't mean to, but, you know, I think this is a beautiful setting out here. And before I started filming again, I used to come out here anyway, or I do come out here, rather, and put my makeup on. Come out here and sit and relax and have a soda. Right now I'm not drinking coffee, so hopefully I'll be able to get back to coffee soon. But I got that on under the eyes. Now I'm going to take my sponge, the corner of it. This is the, like, Real Techniques type sponge. I don't have another Real Techniques sponge right now. I just have this. But it does just as good, if not better, the AOA Studio Sponge. And I'm just pressing that, like bouncing it in. This one is not as firm, so I like it. But I didn't get to bring my entire makeup collection whenever I moved back here. So I'm kind of hurting for makeup right now. So y'all might see the same products used over and over and over again. You know, I mean, my makeup collection is rather small and tiny compared to what it was. Which honestly breaks my heart, but it is what it is. Alright, we got concealer on. At least under the eyes. And that's one of the areas that is very important. Alright, I guess I didn't bring my other big brush out here. And let me see here. Like I said, this is a legit get ready with me after all. So, but Just pulling out some brushes out of this bag. Some of the brushes you'll be seeing me use today are from, well, a good portion of them at least, are from AOA Studio brand. They're A+ brushes. So, the powder I'm using, and yes, y'all, I've used a lot of it. This is in Creamy Natural. It's by LA Colors Mineral. And if you can tell, I've hit Major Pan on this thing. And this is the small type kabuki flat top brush from that AOA Studio A+ line. And just buff that in. Certain things I use a mirror for, other than not so much. So, like I've said before, it is what it is. Just buffing this all around. And this BB cream really doesn't, or tinted moisturizer rather, that I'll put on doesn't really match me just right. But y'all can imagine being outside, you tend to get a little bit of a tan, and I already had a little bit of a tan. But I can tell looking at my feet, I'm even more tan than I was. The other day I went to put makeup on, or I had makeup on rather, and I realized that I forgot to powder my temples. So, and yes, I know y'all are hearing dogs in the background. You know, I do apologize about that. That's life. That's normal. So, alright, we got that done. Now, let's move on to the cheeks, shall we? I'm going to be using the BYS Contour Trio. Looks like that right there. It's in the shade Sweet. It has like a, to me it's a deep corally type pink, real pretty white looking highlighter, and a nice almost warm contour. That's those three. And I'm just taking the big fluffy brush from AOA Studio. Looks like it says F28 on it. I'm going to go into that blush first. Tap it off. Put it right on the apples and sweep it back. Well, swirl it back rather. Right on the apples and swirl it back. But I have bought a little bit of makeup since I got here. But, like I said, nothing like I had. Now I'm going into that contour shade with this, and I'm pinching the brush a little bit. Right there in the hollow of my cheeks. A little bit of a contour at least. Buff that out. One day I did this, and you know, I didn't buff it out really. I just boop, one line right down the sides of my face, and it looked like I had basically mud streaked on my face. You know, I didn't catch it till a little while later. Luckily I still had my brushes out here, but going on the temples, along the hairline, now down on the jaw. And I'm not going to do crazy highlight and all that stuff. I mean, like contour of the nose and all that. This is more of a how I've been getting ready type of look. Put a little bit of highlight on that brush and go right up the top of my cheeks. But I hope to slowly build my makeup collection back up. I've gotten a few of the hair products I used to have, and before I left I'd gotten a whole bunch of new stuff, honestly, but like I said, that's in the past. It's over with, it's done. It is what it is. So, but we've got that palette taken care of now. So, we're going to move on to the eyes. I got all sorts of different little products here. Well, not all sorts of different, but, you know, there's a few products here. Trying to find my brow product. First and foremost. And this is one of the Avon. I've actually rubbed off what the name of it is, but it's their brow pencil. I'm going to use that. And the one gripe about this is that they do not have a spoolie on this thing. And I've used quite a bit of this thing up. Yeah. But I think this is in their brown or neutral brown shade. I'll try to link everything I use down below so that you can see. And I'm just doing light feathery strokes on my brows. But, you know, anything y'all buy from Avon helps me to basically start over, so it really helps me. Eventually you'll see me in a totally different place, but like I said, just doing real light feathery type strokes. And what's crazy is I actually made this move back during COVID-19. Stopped kind of playing and came here. Flying is really cheap right now, by the way. If you want to do that. But I've been here for since October, or August rather, 5th, 2020. So brows take a little bit of time for me. Some people might say, oh, you're spending too much time, you're putting too much product. Well, I go with what I know, honestly. I go with what I can tell I'm doing and all that. Then I'm using the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. I'm using the spoolie off of that and combing through my brows a little bit. Just a little bit. Just kind of evenly distribute the product. But yeah, anything y'all buy from Avon just helps me that much more to replace what makeup I've left, as well as get other things I need. So y'all don't have to just stick to whatever I use. I'm just teasing y'all. I know money is tight for all of us right now. And forgive me, my brushes are a little bit dirty today. So, but that's life. Alright, now I'm going to take the AOA Studio E140 brush, and I'm going into the Avon palette that I mentioned. And this is in the palette, in the color rather, Mocha Latte. Not to be confused with Maybelline's Chai Latte. Looks like this right here. It has a real pretty highlight, and it's got a transition color, kind of a bronzy color, and then a deeper brown shade. So we're going to take that number 2, which is the transition shade, on this brush, and I'm going to put that right in my crease and kind of buff it out a little bit. You know, but yeah, I started selling Avon a few months ago. I can't tell you exactly when, but I know I promoted a lot on Blind Beauty's Facebook page, but that's because, you know, there's so many different products that, you know, it's hard to do just one product even now. It almost sounds like you're hearing limbs break or something behind me as well. I don't know, because I can't see. Can't see. But, you know, life is not easy by any means. But y'all, it's worth it. If y'all want to see me do a video about depression and all that, let me know in the comments down below, because I could do like a makeup therapy type, depression type video if y'all would like to see that. So, like, yeah, I'm just still buffing out that color, by the way, on my eyes. Went all the way from outer corner to inner corner. I'm buffing it more on the outside. I'm kind of bringing it up almost right below that brow bone where my brow highlight will be. Wherever you first put a brush, that's where the most color is going to stay. That's why I stay on the outside first and work my way in. But I'm actually glad to be alive. And honestly, that's not something I ever thought I'd say. But here I am saying it. Alright. While I'm doing my eyes, I'm going to stop here for a second. I can find what I was looking for. Right here. This is the Avon Lip Crayon. I believe it's their birthday balm. Yeah, it's their birthday balm. I'm going to take this and put it on my lips just because they're rather dry. And this is in the shade. I'll have to let y'all know for sure what shade that is. It's right there. But it's like a neutral, well, it's a nude shade, honestly. But put this on, and it does have some color to it. But y'all, it is so hydrating. And it feels like you're putting silk on your lips, honestly. But, alright, there we go. Apparently I did not bring every brush that went in that kit either. But, literally what I left with is that bag I showed you right there. It has a little front flap to it where you can put a few items, but that's literally what I left with. And I'm not talking about makeup wise, I'm talking about everything wise. So y'all can tell I've got a lot to replace, including clothing. So, I'm going to take one of my all-time favorite brushes, well, brush sets actually, the Eco Tools Eye Duo set, taking the one that has the little slant tip on one side, and the more flat thing on the other. I'm going to go into that bronzy shade at the bottom left, whenever you're looking at it head on. This shade right here. Let me show you what that looks like. Right there. I mean, it's rather neutral, to say the least. I'm going to put that all over the lid, leaving that inner corner clear. But yeah, I like those birthday balms because they feel so good. So, if you want something more natural, it doesn't dry out your lips, it has a good shine to it, those birthday balms are wonderful. So, this palette, it goes on so smoothly. I mean, if this color scheme is not for you, there are other color schemes, and they do have imprinted on them 1, 2, 3, 4, although mine, I've kind of used it so much that most of the numbers have gone away. So, like I've said, go with what you know. I've been putting makeup on most days I've been here. One of the ideas that I've come across, or that I thought of, was to do a St. Louis Cardinals, because I am a Cardinals fan, y'all, type look, where I take the Cardinals colors. Now I'm going back into that number 2 shade, the second shade. And it's the second shade down, by the way. Dipping into that and putting that on the outer third on top of that. But I thought about doing a Cardinals themed look where I use the Cardinals colors to make a beautiful makeup look. But the only issue with that is I don't have like a navy blue necessarily. So that kind of, I wouldn't say that knocks it out of the park, but you know, it can't be true Cardinals makeup if there's not a navy blue, some people would say. I mean, I'm fine doing red, yellow, white, and say black instead of navy blue. Shoot, to me, navy blue looks like black most of the time. So let me know in the comments down below if that's something y'all would like to see. Cardinals, Dallas Cowboys, the Razorbacks, and I mean Razorback basketball, mind you. I'm not really a big football fan, but I'm still taking that number 2 shade and kind of wedging it in a little bit. About halfway in. Right there. There we go. And I'm just going to flip this brush right over. I'm going to go in with that other side. Just wiping off my brush a little bit here. I should have brought, well, I don't have any makeup wipes, so otherwise I'd be using them. But apparently I did not bring my makeup setting spray like I thought. That's okay. But I'm going to go in with that slant side, dip it into that number 4 shade, which is the bottom right down here. The shade I put all over my lid was right there. Now the shade I'm putting on my brush now is that 4 shade. And I'm going to take that and basically line my lash line with it a little bit. Not much. Because I'm going to go in with a different liner. This kind of just gives me a face, if you will. And we'll probably go back over it again after I do my liner. That's a little tip, y'all. If you have trouble doing liner, I know I sure as I do. Go back in after you do it. And you can, actually I think that looks good without any liner. But I'll mention this liner that I was going to use. I was going to use the Avon True Colors Glimmersticks waterproof eyeliner right here. It's in the shade black. I was going to use this, but I think it could make it a little too harsh because I'm just wanting a comfortable makeup today. Nothing crazy. I mean, I don't always put that stuff on. I'll be honest with you. One of the main reasons is it's hard to get off. So, then I'm going to take the Avon I Love. Well, it's, yeah, I Love at First Lash Mascara. And this is waterproof, y'all. It's waterproof. But this is not as hard to get off. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see me do like a get unready with me video, including like what I use at night, all that. Now, might be in the late afternoon instead of at bedtime. And no, y'all, I did not bring a lash curler. That takes up a lot of room. But that's one eye compared to the other. I mean, wowza. It is a little chilly out here. That's why I've got a sweater on. Do about 2 coats per eye. Well, I consider it 2 coats. I'll pull it off and let it sit for a couple minutes and then we'll go back to it. But mascara is one thing I still kind of have a little bit of trouble with sometimes, especially if I'm in a hurry or whatever. So and look there at that mascara. That is like, wow. And then I've already got the lip balm on, but what I'm going to do now, I'm going to blot it off. Well, rub it off rather, just a little bit. My lips feel so hydrated. But yeah, I mean, ugh. Then I'm going to take this Avon lipstick. It is, well, it's a red color. And I'll have to leave the name, shade name down below, or I'll try to put it right down here, put it up on the screen for you. But look at that red. Y'all can't tell I've used it quite a bit because that's all that's left in the tube, y'all. No, there's a little bit more left. There we go. That's what's left in the tube. I have used this quite a bit. And with red lipstick, that's something you've got to be precise. Otherwise, whew, talk about a mess all over your face. Okay. Thought I had. Alright. Now I'm going to take this red lipstick, curl it back down a little bit, and go real carefully on my lips. There we go. Alright, y'all. That is the makeup look. Now, I do have a setting spray inside that sometimes I'll put on just to help it lock it in a little bit. Yes, Avon does sell setting sprays as well. But thank you so much for watching, and y'all have a great day. Bye.